3, 2, 1, let's go. Hi everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Boring JavaScript. I'm your host, the Virtuoid, aka Mike Smith, and today we're going to be talking about the ToUpperCase method and the ToLowerCase method. Each one of them works on strings. Now, what do they do? Well, ToUpperCase will take your letters A through Z and turn them from the small letters to the large letters, or what we call the capital letters. ToLowerCase method will take the capital letters or the larger letters and turn them into the smaller ones. So today we're going to show you the ToUpperCase method, the ToLowerCase method. We're going to show you a fun little thing you can do with ToUpperCase, and then we'll show you a practical exercise in using the ToUpperCase method. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, we're going to take a look at the ToUpperCase method. Now, ToUpperCase will take any letters in your string from A to Z and convert them from lowercase or the smaller letters to uppercase or the larger letters. In my example here, I have an array of 9 different animals. Each one is in just regular old case with the first letter capitalized, everything else in lowercase. I'm going to loop through each of the animals, and within my loop here, the callback function, I am going to have it pass to me each element, and each element is just going to be the regular string. And here's where the magic happens. This ToUpperCase again will take all the letters within the animal and convert the letters from lowercase to uppercase, but it will not change the original string. It will return a completely new string. So I am capturing that here and I am pushing it into a new array. So once all this occurs, I should have 2 different arrays. My original animals, which would be an exact copy of what you see up here, and the new animals, which will be the same thing we see up here, except that all the letters will be uppercased. You want to take a look at it? Let's see what happens. So let's go into Node and type in Node uppercase. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Here's my original array. Nothing has changed. Here's my new array. Every one of the animals have now been uppercase. So again, use ToUpperCase to be able to change all the letters from lowercase to uppercase within your string. Now let's take a look at the ToLowerCase method, and it does the exact opposite of the ToUpperCase. ToLowerCase will take your string and change all of the characters that may be capital letters or the larger letters and turn them into lowercase letters or the smaller letters. I have the exact same program as I had before here, except that instead of now calling ToUpperCase, I'm now calling ToLowerCase. So I'm not going to go into explanation of exactly what this does here, except again that it will take the animal string, change everything lowercase, and pass back that new string, which I'm throwing back into array. So again, I should expect the first console log here to print out my original array, the second console log to print out the new array with everything lowercase. Let's take a look at it. Let's go into Node and type in Node lowercase. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I have my original array here with some capital letters at the very beginning. I have my new array here, which has all of the letters to lowercase. So again, ToLowerCase changes all characters from uppercase to lowercase, or from the large letters to the smaller letters. So how about a fun thing you can do with ToUpperCase and ToLowerCase? Let's say you had a paragraph and you want to take every word and uppercase the first letter and lowercase all the rest of the letters. Let's see how you can do that. I have the very famous lorem ipsum paragraph, and I'm going to first split it into its different words by using the split method on the string, and that will give me an array of words. And then I'm going to go through each of the words using the for each method on the array. And in my callback function, I'm going to just ask for the element, which of course is just a string. And here's where the magic occurs. I take the word and I get the first character. Now remember, in strings, all of the indexes start at the number 0, and this is true for arrays too. So if I wanted the first letter of the string, it is index number 0. So I'm using character at to get me the first letter of the word, and I'm going to uppercase that one. Then I'm using substring here to start at the second letter, which is the first index, and give me all the rest of the letters, and I'm going to lowercase them. I'm going to put them together, put it into a new word, and push that word to an array. Once all that is finished, I'm going to take the array, I'm going to join them together with spaces. Because I split it with spaces before, by putting them together with spaces, I'm now creating a new paragraph, and then I'm just going to print out my old one and my new one. Let's see how that works. Let's go into Node and type in Node first letter. Sure enough, that's what happened. Here's my original one. Here is my new one with every single word uppercased, with the first character lowercased with all the rest of them. Want to have even more fun? Let's flip back over to code and take a look at it. I'm going to comment out my original code here, and I'm going to flip down to some new code that I conveniently have written and uncomment out that, and let's take a look at what it does. This will go through each individual letter of the original lorem ipsum paragraph and first grab that letter based upon the character index and automatically lowercase it. Now, we've been through character index and lowercase earlier, but here's where the magic's going to happen. I'm going to use the remainder function or the modulo function, and I'm going to compare it with 2, and if it happens to be 0, which means basically giving me every even number, I'm going to actually uppercase that, and then I'm going to append that to a new string. So every other character within the string is going to be uppercased. Let's take a look and see what happens with that. I go back to my code here. Ooh, look at this. Yep, every other letter in the lorem ipsum is now uppercase. So now you have a way that you can become an elite hacker and get yourself some of the coolest names possible just by using 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. Now, how about a practical application of 2 uppercase or 2 lowercase? Let's say you're given an entire paragraph and you are asked to check to make sure that every single sentence began with an uppercase character, and that's all you had to do. I have taken my original lorem ipsum, which happens to have 5 different sentences in it, and I have taken one of these sentences and changed the case to a lowercase character for one of the sentences. And I have written a little program here to be able to parse each one of those paragraphs and to make sure that it begins with an uppercase character. And it's very simple how that works. I first separated it into sentences by splitting the string by periods. It's a very simple way of doing it. And I'm just going to keep account of how many good sentences there are, and I'm going to get a listing of those bad sentences so I can list them out. Again, I'm just going to go use a simple for each, and I'm going to trim out the sentence to take care of any kind of white spaces at the beginning or the end. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to check to see if the first character is equal to the first character uppercased. And if it is, great, we don't have to worry about it. We just count that as a good sentence and continue on. But if it isn't, I'm going to push that sentence to the bad sentences. Then I'm going to print out the good sentences, the bad sentences, and if there are some bad sentences, I'm going to list out those bad sentences. You want to take a look at it? Let's see what happens. Node sentence. Sure enough, there it is. Number of good sentences 4, number of bad sentences 1. There was one bad sentence, and here it was. This particular one did not have an uppercase at the very beginning. So this is a practical application of how you can use 2 uppercase or 2 lowercase. And in this case, making sure that your text is correct or the way you want it. Basically doing a linting on your text. And that's all there is to 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it didn't bore you to death. Please check out our other videos at www.boringjavascript.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our blog at blog.thevirtualoid.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later.